This debate will come to order. The resolution before us today is, be it resolved that South Korea will benefit from hosting the 2018 Winter Olympics. Mr. Jin will represent the affirmative side of the debate, and Mr. John Lee will represent the negative side. On behalf of YSI Academy, I would like to express a sincere welcome to everyone in the audience. My name is Jun Park, and I'm your moderator. Each speaker will deliver a constructive speech. Each speaker will also get the opportunity to give a rebuttal. After the affirmative speaker's speech, I will immediately call upon the speaker for the negative side to begin his address. I will now call upon Mr. Jin to introduce the affirmative case.
Good afternoon, Mr. Moderator, honorable judges, my worthy opponent, and ladies and gentlemen. Representing the affirmative side in this debate, I will support the resolution and will argue that South Korea will benefit by the 2018 Winter Olympics. I'll present two strong points to prove my case. First, Mr. Moderator, I believe that the 2018 Winter Olympics will benefit South Korea by raising South Korea's reputation on the world stage. It is true that South Korea has already good reputation in the world. But I strongly believe that the 2018 Winter Olympics will make the country's reputation as a friendly, a modern, high-tech, and progressive country even better. Just look at the example of China. The Beijing Summer Olympics in 2008 revealed China's economic growth to the world and vastly improved China's global reputation. The Pyeongchang Games will do the same for South Korea. They will showcase the country's beauty and strength, and thereby improving its standings in the world. Furthermore, Mr. Moderator, significant benefits have already emerged from South Korea's hosting of the 2018 Winter Olympics. How? North and South Korea recently met, had talks, and made very good and very encouraging decisions. They agreed to enter the opening ceremony of the Games under one flag and as to compete as Korea. They also decided to form a combined hockey team, North and South Korean women's ice hockey team, and resolved that their skiers will practice together in a resort in North Korea before the start of the Games. I believe that these decisions are huge steps towards progress, towards a better relationship between North and South Korea, and possibly even the unification of these two nations. I am confident that this progress will continue after the Olympics have ended. Before closing, Mr. Moderator, I would like to repeat my arguments. First, I explained how the 2018 Winter Olympics will raise South Korea's reputation on the world stage. Second, I pointed out that significant benefits have already emerged from South Korea's hosting of the 2018 Winter Olympics. The most important being a welcome warming of relations between North and South Korea. Indeed, I truly believe that the 2000 Winter Olympics will benefit South Korea. This resolution must therefore stand. Thank you.
I thank the member for his remarks. I now call upon Mr. John Lee, the negative speaker, to give his rebuttal and to introduce the negative case.
Good afternoon, Mr. Moderator, honorable judges, my worthy opponent, and ladies and gentlemen. Representing the negative side of in this debate, oppose the resolution and will argue that the 2018 Winter Olympics will not benefit South Korea. But first, I will do my rebuttal. My opponent says 2018 Winter Olympics will benefit South Korea by raising reputation. But I say, right now, North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un, and USA's President Donald Trump are having seriously bad relationships. So I think that will affect Korea's reputation. My opponent also said how combining teams are large steps between North Korea and South Korea's relationship. But I say combining teams are not a good idea because the all player works so hard and not every player can go to Olympic. Mr. Moderator, I will now begin my constructive speech. First, the 2018 Olympics will not benefit South Korea because the cost of this 2-week event is expected to be a whopping $12.9 billion, nearly double the amount the country projected when it won the bid to host the Games in 2011. Considering that in recent times no Olympic had made a direct profit, Pyeongchang and South Korea as a whole will be left with crippling debts once the game have ended. Montreal, Canada, the host of the Summer Olympics in 1976, for example, had to pay off its $1 billion cost of staging the games and took over 30 years to do so. Isn't it ridiculous to spend all that money for a 2-week sporting event? I think South Korea should have used the money on more important projects, such as trying to eradicate poverty among the nation's elderly. In addition, even though some people say that the recent examples of cooperation between North Korea and South Korea are proof that the Pyeongchang Olympics are good for South Korea, well, I disagree. The so-called progress from the recent talks between North and South Korea is limited at best because North Korea refused to even talk about its nuclear program and the testing of its missile. So North Korea cannot be trusted, and the North Korean threat to peace on the peninsula still exists. Furthermore, Kim Jong-un's obsession with nuclear weapons and his ruthless ways will likely scare off many athletes and would-be spectators and diminish the quality and the success of the games. Before closing, Mr. Moderator, I would like to repeat my arguments. First, I argue that the 2018 Winter Olympics is expected to cost South Korea a whopping $12.9 billion, which is a ridiculous amount of money to spend on a 2-week sporting event. Second, I explained that Kim Jong-un's obsession with nuclear weapons will likely scare off many athletes and would-be spectators and cause the Games in Pyeongchang to fail. Indeed, the 2018 Winter Olympics will not benefit South Korea. This resolution must therefore fall. Thank you.
I thank the member for his remarks. I now ask the affirmative speaker to give his rebuttal and to end this debate.
My opponent said the building for the Olympics will cost $12.9 billion. But I say after the games, they will lower the cost of the buildings and sell them to poor people. Next, my opponent said the Kim Jong-un will scare the athletes away. But I disagree. The Olympics are held in 4 years, and I'm sure the athletes will not miss their chance to win the gold medal. Third, my opponent said that Kim Jong-un will not stop the nuclear program. But that is wrong. Kim Jong-un said he will stop the nuclear program during the games. Lastly, my opponent said USA will be angry and will stop the relations between South Korea and USA. But I disagree. When Donald Trump gets out of the White House, USA will definitely agree. Thank you.
The debate is now ended. Thank you, judges, debaters, and audience for your participation.